Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and today's video is going to be what's been going on here. And I'm going to bring you along with me. So as I had mentioned in my introduction, we've had a lot of things going on here. We have a new upright freezer in my pantry room. The old upright freezer has bit the dust. It's done. Then we decided to put it in this room, mainly because we were having difficulty getting this new one into the old room, and because the doors and the hinges and things like that, not so much this, the frameway of the doorway. And then we decided, let's just put it in here. And then my thinking was, after we did get it in here, we can, if we need to hook our generator up to it, all of our freezers are together. So that was good thinking anyway. Everything that was in the upright freezer is in these two chest freezers right here, to include my 2024 quarter beef and half a pork. We have our 2025 quarter beef and half a pork coming. So that is the reason why we had to really step up and decide, make a decision to get this new upright freezer. My husband made the final decision. So we can't plug it in because it was tilted for quite a while on its side a little bit. So it can't be plugged in for at least 48 hours. It's got to sit, which is okay because that gives me time to decide what I'm going to do in this room. Now, the new upright is on wheels. My thinking is I want to tuck it into this corner right here. So I'm going to need to move this. I can move this shelf over, it looks like maybe not even an inch. So it will give me a little bit more room. I have to measure with the measuring tape for the circumference of the width to make sure that's going to fit there. I was just going to leave it right here up against the wall, but it does stick out quite a bit. Then I was going to move a chest freezer over here where this plug-in is. And I don't know if I want to do that. Lots of decisions to make. So that's what's been going on here. Now I'm going to take you into the laundry room. I am doing laundry. So let me see if it's finished yet or not. It is finished. I had just started it. So that spot right here is where the old upright freezer was. And you can see we have a little bit of, I haven't really cleaned it up much. Just a smidgen of some damage there. It was concrete. We had it up on wood blocks. We don't need to do that with the new one. Now, this isn't the only thing that's going on here. You see a bucket underneath my water heater. We are having issues with our water heater. It is actually leaking from the bottom part. We had relieved the pressure, my husband did, and we just left this here because we didn't get this in all the way, so we had some leakage. So we had leaking down here, we had leaking up here. We got this fixed. It's still working. Today it's not leaking. It picks every other day to leak. Hence, we have to have a new water heater. As clean and as new as this one looks, it was put in 2006. So, yeah. We have to get a new one of those. So I am not going to be doing a spring cleaning in this room. I am going to be cleaning up to the best of my ability the washer and dryer and sweep the floor and clean that spot right there. But it's just going to drag it out too much. So I am going to put this room into my fall cleaning. So hence, that's what's going on here. I just thought I'd come in and give you a quick update. I will probably start moving. Well, let me get back into the other room. I do have to have an extra light. I have it sitting over right here. It's really bright because this lighting isn't that good. We need to get newer light bulbs. We can't get a real bright fixture like we've got in the laundry room because of the way this fixture is. But we need to get better light bulbs in here. I am probably going to give a head start on this today. I don't know. It's really nice out today. And I've already put things in my garden. I haven't videoed that either. It was just planting seeds and putting my potatoes in and that. And I'll include that in on this video as well. I'll just give a really quick walkthrough of the garden. But I want to see what else I can get in today, if I can get anything in. Not really sure. There's been just so much going on. I'm mentally exhausted from trying to think of it all and work and just deal with life in general. All right, so I am going to get my laundry changed. Then I will go upstairs and we will take a really quick walk through the garden. And so I'll be back. So we're going to head out to the garden. And it's an absolutely gorgeous day today. So we'll walk out there and I'll show you what we've got going on out here. Some of the changes that we have done, some things that were added. And yeah, so I'm going to turn you around so that you can see what's been going on. So we have the 2 raised garden beds that my husband was planning on making. And this one is going to be blueberry bushes. This one here is for asparagus. We do have a row of the asparagus planted right now. We've never done asparagus, so we hope we're doing everything correctly. He is going to get more asparagus. We didn't have quite enough. We won't be able to harvest any of the asparagus this year at all, probably not next year. It's got to establish itself. We have not gotten the blueberry bushes yet, but we will be. And this poor little garden bed, the one that I said, was falling apart and all that, my husband did lift it up. He put some wood planks underneath it, and he put wood ones under this one only because we have these bricks and we're not going to, they're these bricks right here. He put them underneath the other bed that really needed it over here, and he'll be putting it in that one over here, probably this next fall, this coming fall. So anyway, we were able to salvage this. We weren't really sure when he started raising it up in that. But it really did need it because this one leg crumbled completely. So it's going to be done last year. So in this bed, I have all bush beans, the whole thing. I plan on canning beans, and we eat a lot of fresh beans. We just love our green beans. So that's what this one is. Over in this one here that was built last year, we have carrots all around here. I started doing rows, and I'm like, why am I doing that? Anyway. So these 2 rows here are carrots. This whole thing here is carrots. And once they start coming up, then you have to, weed them out to give them room so they can actually grow. Thin them out. I have peas right here. Now these are different peas from the other peas that I planted. I used up some that I had. So that's why I put these little mounds here so that I remember myself, because I don't like putting things out here, tags and that, because the squirrels just, yeah. These are peas right here, along with right here, up against these homemade trellises. And right here, I want to say they're called Cascade peas. Pretty sure they are. In this little section right here, I've got lettuce. And I decided to plant the radishes that I had since I had them already. I had room out here for them to be. We will be able to enjoy the lettuce and the radishes probably before we will be able to enjoy any of the peas. So I just utilized that space. This whole end right here are fingerling potatoes. I'm hoping, now I just planted them yesterday. So they really needed it. As you can see, they really needed it. But I lost maybe 3 or 4, but that's okay. So I will be tending to these as they get a little bit bigger, and I know that they've established themselves. I'll mound them up a little bit more with some dirt. Over in this one here, I've got Yukon potatoes all planted in here. And the same thing with these. These were really needed to be planted, and we had been having sporadic days of frost. So I held off as long as I could, but I couldn't anymore because these potatoes were going to die. We are not going to get a cattle panel this year because, as I had mentioned in the beginning, we have a new upright freezer, we have a new water heater, plus the money invested in those other 2 garden beds that my husband planted. That's just, it's not needed. We have this. We might use this over in these garden beds here. I have wildflowers planted all in here. and I'm hoping that, they take root and grow. Last year, I didn't think I would have any, and I did, and they lasted a long time. So just for the bees, even though I'm not a bee fan, I do respect the honeybees. So that's flowers. And then over here as well, I had potatoes left over, and I didn't want to throw them away. So I have a mixture of fingerling potatoes and the Yukon potatoes in here. So we'll see how they do. I don't know. I might have planted them too close together, but I wanted to get on this side here. It's totally empty. I'm going to be planting morning glories that climb and another flowering plant that climbs as well. And we're going to be doing some kind of a makeshift trellis if we don't use the one that, that with the strings that I used last year. We might do something else. We'll see, but I need to get those planted in today. So I will plant those flowers today, and they won't interrupt in with the potatoes. They won't hurt anything. Now, if nothing grows good in this planter box right here, I don't know what I'm going to put. I think I have more beans. I could plant beans. We love our beans, but I wanted flowers for the bees. So that was my decision for these two back beds. I didn't want to put potatoes, but I ended up having to because I didn't want to waste what I had. So now we'll walk back up to the house. Okay, so we're walking back up to the house. Um, our apple tree finally has greenery on it. It's not budding the pretty flowers yet, so not quite that time yet. And up on the deck here, I do have planter boxes, and I will turn you around and show you. I have those two planter boxes right there. I have lettuce in them. I always do lettuce up on the deck so that I don't have to go down to the garden for it all. So I got that planted. My grill. Last year I had mentioned we really needed a new grill, and we still do. However, again, with the new upright freezer and the water heater, I was able to get this one cleaned up, and we will still use it again this year. And we also still have my husband's smoker. But yeah. All right, I'm going to end this video with just how beautiful it is. No clouds in the sky at all. I'm going to probably plant the two vining flowers in the metal garden right down here. Today, that's all I'm going to do outside in the garden. I want to finagle some stuff in that pantry room. So that's probably where I'm going to spend a good portion of my day. Even though it's absolutely gorgeous out here, I will be coming out and taking advantage of it. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Just giving you a little bit of a life update of what's been going on here. I think I'm going to wrap up my spring cleaning. The entryway closet, I'm not going to do that either. I just have so much going on right now. We'll just move all of that, and the laundry room cleaning. We'll move that to the fall. Hopefully we can get that done. I am going to straighten up that back bedroom. That I will do, but there's not a lot of work for that to do that. My main concern is to get that pantry figured out and go from there. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.